Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more My Next Life is a Villainess. I hope you can't hear my washing machine, because I sit like 5 feet from it, and I literally was like, I need to put my socks and underwear and lounge clothes through the god. I have sheets that I've needed to wash for fucking forever. I have a couple sheet sets, don't get me wrong. But so like now I'm like, I really need to wash these sheets. I like... Oh god, I'm like, let me just throw all of my lounge clothes, like literally to the point where like my socks, underwear, and lounge clothes, like any pair of pants, shirts, my exercise clothes, whatever, it's like up to the top of my washing machine. I'm like, well, shit, it's been a while since I've done any laundry. I do my nicer clothes and stuff, but I don't wash. I have enough pairs of lounge pants and like loungy t-shirts and stuff. I'm like, let's just actually do this. So anyway, hopefully you can't hear it, but I only think about it when I'm upstairs. Because otherwise, I won't know, I won't hear I'll hear the buzzer, but then I get distracted because I'm working or whatever. So anyway, not the point, but hopefully you can't hear it. It should be fine, because like, whatever. Anyway, also, this has finally started posting, and I did want to say, I did notice one of you guys posted and commented about the Playboy thing, and like, when we had to go through that section, I was like, what the hell? It doesn't make sense, and explain the anime stuff, so like, thank you. I did obviously watch the anime between when I recorded that and like when you guys saw it. So like, yes, you will see obviously later on I make the same like, oh, okay, here's the explanation, blah, blah, blah. So don't think I was ignoring you. I wasn't like, whatever, you left me a comment and I'm just going to pretend I figured it out on my own. Because no, that's not what happened. It's just I'm so far ahead and trying to keep myself ahead that like I watched the anime, figured that out before you even saw that part and got to comment. But if things like that, if you guys see things like that, or have information, keep leaving comments like that, because even if I figure it out on my own before I see your comment, like, you never know, I might not. I may never have watched the anime, and that comment definitely would have helped me and been like, okay, cool, that makes sense. I mean, at this point, it might have made sense because we're in Keith's route, but beforehand, you know what I mean? So, but I just wanted to point that out, because I know, like, most of you guys that have been around for a while know how we do things here. I'm just so far in advance that by the time you see like a part, it's been like weeks. Like this, I think we're in June. Like the game just started posting this week. So like that's how far ahead we are. We finished Jordo's route. We're starting to keep like I need to keep ahead because I get lazy sometimes and work gets busy and then I get stressed out and I don't. Plus, we have so many freaking games that are stacked up, waiting to play. And then we have fan discs that are coming out that I'm like, we definitely want to play these. And there's games that I really want to play with you guys that I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do this because by the time this and our other game finish, and then there's going to be 2 fan discs that I really want to play first. And then there's all these other games that are back. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, and don't get your hopes up here. My god, my washing machine is really loud. I should have closed the door, but I can't get up now. The bird's comfortable, okay? And I don't want to disrupt him. So we're gonna all have to deal with the washer. You can't hear it. I feel like every time I mention it, someone's like, you say it all the time and I can never hear it. But anyway, I keep trying to think in my head, is there a way that I can like fit more in? Can we do more? Can we do a 3rd game on top of these? Because I'm far enough ahead where maybe we can manage it, but I don't want to set myself up to fail or get really behind or fuck anyone over and be like, oh, no, we're not playing that. You know what I mean? I've also tried thinking like, well, even if I don't have a full 2 hours to sit down and record, could I sit down, record for an hour, just leave it, come back, and then piece things together and upload 1.5 to 2 hour long parts. So you guys let me know. Like, I might have, like, I could just do a channel update. But see, I'm lazy. I'm leaving it up to you watching this when it goes up, not 2 years from now. So look at the date this posted. If it's posted around in the last, like, couple of weeks, you're good. If it's been a year, don't. It's not pertinent anymore. Okay? You know what I mean? I do that sometimes. You're like, I'm gonna leave a comment. It's been 3 years. You know what? I'm not gonna. It's a 3-year-old video. I'm not gonna leave a comment. You know, because I'm trying to think. That's why we went from half-hour long parts to hour-long parts. But we do every other day. We do hour-long parts every day? Do we do 2-hour-long parts every other day? Like, is 2 hours too much? I know a lot of other people who record Otome content will record 2, 3, 4 hours, because I think sometimes it's live streams that then they just post. We can't do, like, I'm not doing live streams, guys, because, like, I recorded all sorts of weird fucking hours. But, like, I could piece things together and put together 2-hour-long parts. You know what I mean? Like, I might not have the time to sit down and record straight up 2 hours, but that doesn't mean I can't record for an hour, stop here, and then add the next, and you wouldn't know. You know what I mean? Make it so you don't notice. And then, is that something that people here would be like, oh dear God, that's too much, or fuck yeah! Because we went from 30 minutes to an hour because everyone was like, fuck yeah, hour-long parts! So, like, I know it's different. I know that there are some things people are like, oh my God, 20-minute long videos are so fucking long, and it's like, how do you have the attention span of a squirrel? But I know most people watching the stuff here, Otome stuff, have long-ass attention spans, or you're here for it. So, like, you know? Or because I'm seriously trying to think, like, it's because there's just so much coming out, guys. I can't handle it. There's too much fucking shit. We're gonna be here for, like, the rest of eternity. That's not a problem. I mean, it is a problem, but it's one I enjoy having. I'm not complaining. Please, Otome gods, keep giving. Okay? But every other day, now it's like, okay, we got announcements. There's like 3 or 4 games. Cool! And then it's like, now there's a new one. Idea Factory is playing us, motherfuckers. Out there being like, oh, look, 9-rip. Oh, by the way, and you know what? 2 months from now, there's going to be like, oh, guess what? We had something else we didn't tell you about. You motherfuckers! I love you. I love you so goddamn hard. But, like, I can't handle these surprise announcements. Also, because those other localization companies, aside from Idea Factory International and Axis, that are localizing games, that all of a sudden, there's games coming out, and I'm like, wait. I rely on either Otome Twitter. I rely on somebody on Twitter better be posting it. Or why the hell is Reddit not posting these things? There are games that I'm like, where are these? Who's talking about these? But like, and you're like, and some of them are like older localizations. What's the, I forget the name of it now, and I'm like, nobody's talked about this one. And what the hell? Like, I found out about it by accident, and I'm like, whoa. Where was I? You know? Like, I can't keep up. And we still have like 7 or 8 games left for this year to be localized. And they keep adding new ones. It's not like, hey, 9-rip, but it'll be 2025. It's like, no, 2024. There is only one game so far that they have announced out of the dozen games that's 2025. Everything else is this year, and it's like, it's April. Okay, it's June probably for you right now as you're watching this. Actually, it might be May. I think Keith's route's scheduled to end in June, but like, whatever. But like, what? I don't. And it takes so long to play games. It takes us like 3 or 4 freaking months. So like, trying to figure out, like, can we balance a third game? Do we do like, you know, where it's just maybe Saturdays and Sundays or something, and they're longer parts for just a special game, you know? Because it's not like the fan discs come out and it's like, it's only like 5 hours. It's still another 80-hour game. And I know I ramble, but that ain't gonna change, guys. So, I don't know. You let me know. What do you want? Do you want to try to do, like... I feel like trying to do longer parts still every other day might be a little bit more feasible, because if I can't, I can just end it at an hour and whatever. I can try to do longer parts, if you're cool with that. I can also try to do, like, okay, we post our games every day. We've got both of them going up every single day. And then maybe we squeeze in a third one that just goes up a couple of times a week for longer parts or something. Where, you know what I mean? Worst case scenario, we have our 2 men, we just got, and like, because I know if I'm getting behind, I will just, okay, it's every other day. There might be a gap, like whatever to space it out. So, you know, I'm not going to leave you hanging for long periods of time. That's my responsibility to you guys and for this channel. And I will maintain that, okay? It's like, I might joke about being like, I'll flip my desk and quit this shit about my real job. And I might think about that some, I will flip everything and quit everything, but no. I wouldn't know what to do with myself, okay? Like, so. Anyway, Let me know what works. What do you think? Longer parts? Do we do every day? Do we throw in a third game? Like, what? Come on. I seriously used to have, I used to do so much more. And I don't know if like spanning it out, making it like, oh, it'll be a little more relaxing has made me like complacent and lazy. Where like if I put something else in there, it's like, no, now I'll hustle and get it done. Kind of like when you only have one thing to do at work. You're like, I got one thing to do. You're like, and it takes you 7 hours to do it. Whereas if you have a huge task list, you're done in 5 minutes because like you're busting your ass. Like, you know? So I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think. Maybe I'll do a channel update and ask you guys in like a real video. But like, Lord knows I'm lazy. So, you know. Anyway. You might hear the same thing in Verce Evermore too, but probably not at the same time as this, because this one is, recording them at different times. But anyway. Right, now that we're 20 minutes into this, maybe we'll just let this part go a little bit longer, because we've wasted like 10 minutes here. The last part was a little long. We'll see what happens. Anyway. We're dreaming, and we're going to be dreaming about the game, obviously, because we're in Atsu's room, so. Light pink walls and a black table. Suddenly, I'm in Atsu's room. I see a game controller in my hands. Seems like I'm Atsu again in this dream. It's weird because it's like, is it a dream or like, is this a parallel reality? You know what I mean? Because like, she died in this world. And I'm assuming Atsu... Did they ever explain that? Did they ever explain that Atsu's like her friend or something? Like, she knows who she is, but I don't know if they ever explained that, or I just missed it, or I just forgot. Probably forgot. Whatever. Anyway, I wish I could chat with Atsu. Unfortunately, I can't move or speak. Because you know what I mean? Like, is she just dreaming about an old friend? I think this was the friend that introduced her to Otome games, maybe I'm just making things up. I don't know, anyway. But is she just dreaming about this person? Or, like, is she, like, actually, like, oh, I'm here. Like, could you imagine somebody you know dies, and then they're reincarnated into a game, but then they're, like, haunting you, but you don't know it while you're playing a game? They're in your brain? That's fucked up. I don't like that universe. Don't! There are some implications in this I don't like. It creeps me out. So, like, just think about that. Someone you know that's dead is sitting in the back of your brain watching through your eyeballs. Well, how do I know that you're just popping in when I'm playing games and not doing anything weird? Like, what if I'm dancing around my house like an idiot? Like, that's a little weird, but, like, I don't want you to see that. That's bizarre. You know what I mean? Like, no. Strange. Also, I record these things and put them out on the internet, but I still don't want anybody I know to know. Like, my friends know, but they don't watch my channel. That's cool, but, like, my sister watches my sim shit, and that's weird to me. I'm like, God damn it. That's weird. Don't. Like, I'm like, please don't. I should never have told anyone that I had a game channel. I should never have. I want strangers that I don't know, but I don't want people I know. I don't tell people at work. I think I told one person once, and I was like, that was the worst idea ever. What if you watch my channel and realize what a fucking weirdo I am? I'm like 80% this person when I'm at work, but not about Otome games. You know what I mean? Like, I'm weird and obnoxious at work, but I'm not this level. You know what I mean? Like, this is different, and I don't want people to know this side of me. I don't talk about this. Like, yeah, I play Otome games, and I'm just like hot for 2D men and like the inappropriate shit that comes out of my mouth. Like, I wouldn't say that to people. I don't want anyone to know. You know what I mean? Like, shit. This is my dirty little secret that I share with the internet. I grew up in the age of don't talk to people, don't share anything online, and yet here I am, but nobody will ever know. Oh, good God. Anyway. I still just don't like the implications that someone that I know is in my brain watching. No, it's weird. Anyway, at least I can watch her play. I turn my attention to the TV screen and see what looks like an Otome game. Let me guess, it's Fortune Lover, and that's the pirate expansion. That's true, because in this one she hasn't had the dream about the game yet, right? Nice, an Otome game! It's been way too long. Hey, that background looks familiar. Okay, so this is very similar because it was Jordo's route that she saw and was like, wait, they made an expansion? Or like a fan disc? There's the sound of seagulls, a background of a luxurious deck, and behind the dialogue box, a sprite of a hooded woman. The character's name box says question mark, question mark, question mark. Maybe it's a new character? Just as this races through my mind. Oh, if you think you're the only one to find happiness, you're sorely mistaken, Maria. This voice, it can't be. The villainess of fortune lover, Katerina Clays? This voice is almost too familiar. It's me, but also not. Katerina Clays is the main antagonist in the Otome game Fortune Lover. Katerina meets her doom in the original game, yet here she is on the TV. What's going on here? Why is Katerina on the vinculum, laughing maniacally? What game is this, Atsu? I want to reach out and grab her, but Atsu's line of sight is pointed at the table. She grabs a snack from the table. Next to it's a game case and a magazine. It's a good thing she bought she didn't buy the digital copy, like, I have, because she would never know. Portraits on the case are familiar. It's Jordo and all the other romanceable characters in Fortune Lover. I don't remember seeing this illustration, but the logo does say Fortune Lover. Wait, it says Fortune Lover Blue Tail. What's with the subtitle? I'm sorry. My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, Pirates of the Disturbance is a way better title than Fortune Lover Blue Tail. I'm just saying. It's very wordy, but still, it gets across the message better than Blue Tail. I mean, Fortune Lover, fine, but Blue Tail, that's what you decided to call your fan disc? I was thinking it in Jordo's route, but I'm like, that's just a stupid name. Where's that cute pirate guy? Even if he's not on the cover, he was in the magazine article. He's gotta be romanceable. Atsu flips through the magazine to reveal the long-awaited fan disc of Fortune Lover? The magazine headlines that a fan disc for the Otome game Fortune Lover has been released. Huh? But aren't fan disc games usually just after stories following the events of the main game? Why is it on the vinculum? I look at the article and see the pull quote, torn from the arms of your lover by a pirate? It seems like the fan disc Blue Tail takes on the theme of blue with two types of bonus stories. I mean, they did explain this in the other one, but I still think it's dumb. First is a series of marriage after stories with the theme of something blue. Second is a new incident on the high seas. Okay, I mean, I get it, but it's still dumb. It makes more sense when they explain it, but I don't think you should have to explain it. Pirates in the vinculum appear in this fan disc, so the ominous hook line marks a new chapter of the Fortune Lover's story. Why even bother with a new chapter? Just stick with the super sweet after stories! It says here they put out this fan disc instead of a proper sequel. I wonder what the plot of the sequel would have been. We'll never know because they canceled it. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Yuri on Ice. Did I just tell you I can't even go on Twitter anymore? Did I tell you in this game when we were playing, or was I talking about it when we... No. I don't think it was this. I think it was when we were playing Virtue. I was like, I made the mistake of watching Yuri on Ice again, and it always makes me sad because it's so beautiful, and I love it so much. It's the perfect love story that when it's over, I feel sad and depressed and alone and empty. Because I love it so much. I miss it. It feels like somebody broke up with me. I'm like, why my heart is empty? I don't know. And all of a sudden in one day, I'm like, that was like a couple weeks ago? And then all of a sudden now it's like, I didn't even know they were making a Yuri on Ice movie. And I'm like, so the day I find out that they're making one is also the day we find out it's canceled now? And I'm like, well, now I'm just sad all over again. I was finally getting past my depression after watching the show. And then it just comes back, and every time I go on Twitter, there's just a bazillion people posting that. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, God damn it, I'm gonna need to go to therapy. So that just like a slap in the face. But the plot of the sequel, we'll never know. They canceled it, they're not gonna tell us. It's just depressing. I don't think I've ever watched Yuri on Ice fully through, except for twice. The first time, and I loved it so much, and when it was over, I was like, why do I feel empty and sad? And I realized it's because it's the perfect love story. It's absolutely fucking perfect, and every moment is so beautiful, and it just squeezes your heart in the best kind of way. But when it's over, your heart just shatters because there's nothing left, and you're like, well, I don't have anything left now because it's over. And it's like, you should be happy that it exists, and it's out there, but you're like, but no, I miss it and I feel alone. It's like having a warm blanket ripped off you and now you're just cold and exposed to the elements instead of warm and safe. You know what I'm saying? And every other time I watch it, I'll start watching, you get to a point, and then you're like, okay, that's enough for today. And then you just don't finish watching it because then you don't feel sad. Because you're like, all right, I still have more to watch. I'm not gonna, though. Not gonna finish it because I know what's gonna happen. So then you start watching it over and you're like, no, don't ever finish it. But I made the mistake of watching it all in one night a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, it's perfect because it's like 3 a.m. I'll go to bed and I woke up the next day like, I'm really depressed and I just cried for no reason. And I was like, yeah, no, see, this is why we don't watch it. Because I love it so goddamn much. No other freaking anime does that to me, okay? There's other ones, they're sad, and you're like, yeah, and you're like, no, it's sad. Okay, anyway. But, like, Yuri on Ice makes me almost sadder because it's so happy and beautiful than frickin' Seven Scarlet made me. But here's the thing, I'm never going to play Seven Scarlet again to find out how depressing it is the second time around, okay? I learned my lesson. I don't learn my lesson with Yuri on Ice because you're like, but it's happy and wonderful! But it left me empty feeling when it was over because I feel alone now. I can't explain it. I didn't say it was rational. I do highly recommend it. It is cool, though, if you haven't seen it. Yeah, it's gay as fuck, which is amazing. Like, every second of it. And it's better because I went into it like, oh, male figure skating. That's gonna be gay. Not actually anticipating it was actually literally supposed to be gay. I just figured, like, oh, because, let's be real, all anime is a little gay, if you think about it. You can find a little bit of gay in every single anime, even if it's not supposed to be, okay? There's always a little bit, alright? And I was just like, oh, it's just gonna be about male figure skating. I'm like, okay, whatever, sure, like, there's not gonna be some, like, innuendos going on. Oh, no, it's just all over the place. It's a giant rainbow flag. And that's what it was supposed to be, and I didn't know that going in. Because I'm smart. It made it more fun, I'll be honest. Oh, God, it's so great. Ugh. Anyway... My washing machine is also, like, really fucking hot right now. Anyway. Wait, no, never mind the sequel or the fan disc. No, but we want it. Anyway, what's going on in the scene? Why is Katarina here? I thought she was exiled. Or is this a story based on if she was never doomed? This new info sends me into a panic, but Atsu, by contrast, calmly turns the page. There, I see another familiar face. Well, it's turning you into a panic because you're the one that's going to get doomed, girl. This is Silva the pirate? Look at him. Look at him all sexy. There's an entire page introducing Silva. This Silva, with an evil grin, looks more cynical than the real one. Yeah, the real one's actually kind of a marshmallow, isn't he? I know people liked it, but I never thought they'd make a whole fan disc based on that idea from the fan book. I don't know if they just really care about the fans or if they were already planning to do it. Well, whatever, as long as it's fun. Huh? Wait, I get it. I remember all about the pirates now. This was in that Atsu's dream. I remember the fan book that Atsu read in my other dream now. That's right. The book mentioned a cut ending where Katarina, en route to exile, is on a ship that's sunk by pirates. Huh? And that means this chapter is based on a rejected plot for another of Katarina's doom ends? Isn't that kind of terrible? This is a fan disc, so even the fans are thirsting for more of the Villainess's blood? I mean, it's usually how it works. I mean, to be fair, Katarina, usually it's the villain, and we're usually thirsting for his dick. Right? It's usually like, why? I know he's evil and he's literally trash, but why can't I do him? Why is he not around? Why can't I romance him? We don't really care usually about the villain. We're like, there's no villainess. It's always a villain that we can't romance. Look at you, Sashin and fucking Steam Prison. Why? Look, he was utter garbage, but like, put me in a cage and beat me. Why can't I date that asshole? He is so awful. But I want it, you know? You know, that's the perfect fucking example. I mean, sometimes there's villains that you are thirsting for their blood, I get it, but most of the time, that's not what we're thirsting for, so... I don't know, you can't really blame us for this, girl. And wouldn't that put Maria in danger too, since she's the main character? Like, if she's like, that would hurt Maria. Yeah, but Maria's gonna have a happy ending and you're gonna die, so like, yeah, we know how it works. Well, maybe it leads to new romantic developments. As if that matters! In this fan disc, Katarina comes back, but then I'm curious how they're going to write Razi into this, because, like, you see Silva, and we know, okay, Well, like, Razi's a new love interest too, so, like, they've never mentioned him as a character in any of these little scenes that we've seen. Although this is generically the same scene that we saw, I think, in Jordo's route, but what does this mean? Sister, what happened? I mean, what has you so riled up? Huh? What? Was that a dream? A dream? Oh, it was a dream. Phew, Wait, I can't be relieved right now. No, the Thandis that derived from Katarina's doom end. It seems like Katarina's a villainess there all over again. Huh? Does that mean... I love her little perplexed face. It's so cute. Look at her little eyebrows. Did you have a nightmare, Lady Katarina? Wait, hold on. Why are you here, Sophia?
Because of awful reasons. You really seem unaware that you were attacked by pirates yesterday.
That's because you're not very good at being a pirate. You're great at being a marshmallow, though. Look at you. Squeeze, squeeze. It's him! The new character in the fan disc, Silva! But he looks kind of different from the disc version. He looks kinder than what I saw in the magazine, and his clothes are different. Hey, Katarina! Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And you, Sophia? Are you here because you're seasick too? No, I heard that you got injured, so I hurried here.
Well, we're not the ones who told them. Why would we when we knew you'd make a fuss if we told you? I don't believe it. A proud aristocrat of Sorcia eavesdropped on others' conversations. And what's worse, they used magic to do so.
I love how he is just appalled that anyone would do anything shady. How dare you? He's a fucking pirate. Like, pot, kettle,
Man, we would have been more careful if we'd known. Dealing with magic is such a serious drag.
What exactly do you mean?
They're all worried about you, Lady Katarina, so Brother and I took turns listening with our wind magic to learn about your condition. And this morning I overheard this pirate talking with the doctor about your injury, so... And they went beyond our control. They literally tried to destroy the door.
I love how this bunch of, this bunch of clowns is just annoying Silva at every fucking opportunity. I just love how he is like,
I didn't even want to deal with this babysitting bullshit, and I'm here with a bunch of unruly toddlers.
Like, Silva is the sim you make that you throw into the 7 toddler challenge or whatever in The Sims, and he is like, but I hate kids, why? And you're just torturing him with it. Like, that's exactly what this is.
Don't check the headset. To be nice. You can chirp if you want to talk to people, but don't bite the headset. They don't want that in their ear. They have to listen to me screaming in their ear. They don't need you banging in it.
The door. God, my washing machine is very loud right now.
We couldn't help but do something when we learned that you were injured, so...
I don't see the microphone spiking from the sound, so you probably can't hear it. Or it's very faint. Anyway.
I mean, look at this ship. It's gorgeous. We'd hate to see you ruin it. And it'd be better for everyone involved if they'd calm down after learning that you're fine. So we allowed the most mature group member to come here and check if you're fine. There was another one who looked more mature than this one, but letting the girl with the light magic get out ain't it, so... And so, Lady Katarina, how's your injury?
First of all, when did I even get injured?
Sister,
don't you remember cutting your finger with a fragment of the flower pot yesterday? Oh yeah, you're right. I was wondering too. Thank God they reminded us. You know, I'm just saying. I identify with Katarina because I forget fucking everything, and so does she, so. It was nothing. I totally forgot about it already. It's only been it's been a couple of days since I recorded the last part, legitimately. It's been like 5 minutes for her. I show Sophia the finger the doctor treated, and suddenly she looks gloomy.
Oh dear, I can't believe something scratched your body, Lady Katarina.
Oh, this is nothing. It's just a little scrape. It's nothing to worry about.
But if these pirates wouldn't have attacked the ship, you wouldn't have been injured at all.
Sophia glared at Silva with teary eyes, but Silva didn't seem to care about it and simply shrugged his shoulders.
Don't blame me for that. Her brother literally just said that she cut her finger with a fragment of a flower pot. I didn't do anything.
Dare you! Sophia, I'm fine. It doesn't hurt at all. I mean, I even forgot about it, so it'll get better soon. Don't worry. Lady Katerina! She still seems concerned about me, but as soon as I smile, Sophia finally seems to calm down. Also, Silva's like, all of these clowns are in love with her, and she doesn't get it, and they're all such pains in the asses. Well, of course you are. My apologies, Lady Katerina. I've been worried sick about you all night, so... Sophia holds my hand tightly, tears in her eyes. I knew that Lord Keith was with you, but I couldn't help but blame myself for being helpless in this situation, and... Oh, I'm so grateful for your concern, Sophia. Thank you. But I'm rather worried about you, Sophia. I mean, I'm also concerned about the others. Are they with you? Yes, they are. Not only brother, but also Prince Jordo, Prince Alan, Lady Mary, and Miss Maria. We're all together safe and sound. Please don't worry about us. We've neither been injured nor harmed. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. However, since you weren't with us, we're also worried about you, Lady Katerina, so I'm just so relieved to see you look fine. Keith's like, I'm right fucking here. And they're like, yeah, whatever, Keith. We don't care. Poor fucking Keith. I love Keith. Poor Keith. Oh, poor sad little Keith. I can say the same thing for you, Sophia. I'm glad you look fine.
Hey, so that's enough, right? You're going back to your room, lady.
But...
This is an infirmary, which means she isn't the only sick person here. You know you can't just exhaust them with your noisiness, right?
I've never heard of such a fair pirate.
Well, I am. Anyway, as long as we're on this ship, I won't let any harm come to you, get it? Now, go back to your room.
Sophia looks over at Silva in dissatisfaction as he tried to force her back to her room. I'm afraid that Silva might grow angry with Sophia, since she might say she'll stay with me at any second, so I speak out. Lord Nickel is worried. I'm fine. I feel like saying I'm fine is the right answer, but then again, for Sophia... Lord Nickel would be worried if you stayed here. That would get Sophia to go back. But is that the right answer for Keith? You're like, I'm fine. I have Keith. You know what I mean? I would go, Lord Nickel would be nice, but then that's us thinking about another man, and that might bother Keith. So I would go for the Keith answer would be, I'm fine. Haha, I'm fine. I'll be fine. Keith's with me. That's exactly what I wanted her to say. Woohoo! I pat Keith's shoulder and throw out my chest proudly, and for some reason, Sophia looks more displeased. Are you moving too fast? Sophia isn't like that, and my sister is her usual self. Sophia, Keith, what are you two whispering about? Oh, if you're hungry, you can take the snacks I brought here last night. I guess you're right, Lord Keith. I must encourage brother to get closer. Hell, I do wish for something that can make our relationship develop. All right, Lady Katerina. I'll return if anything happens to you again. So for now, please excuse me. She's like, aren't you moving a little fast, Keith? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, I'm going to send my brother after her because I want her to marry my brother. See, like, Sophia is, like, obsessed with us, but not, like, the way most of the others are. I feel like she's like, I love you. You're like my big sister, and you're my bestest friend, and I want you to marry my brother. I think she's more after us for her brother. Hold on. Sneeze came out of nowhere. But still, she would probably knock any bitch down that got in the way of her brother. So, like, Silva leads Sophia out of the infirmary, and she leaves reluctantly. The door closes, and I let out a sigh. Thank goodness everyone else is safe. I even got to see Sophia in person. Yeah, I'm relieved to know that they're all in the same room, and it's great to hear how they're doing, too. And even if they have a pirate accompanying them, it seems like they're still allowed to see you just as Sophia did, so... Something's off about these pirates. All of them, even the guards, are kind. I thought they'd be more violent, but... Anyway, I think I had an important dream, but... And now she forgot her dream. Thanks to Sophia, I forgot what it was, but I think it was about... Oh yeah. I remember now. The fan disc! Natsu was playing the Fortune Lover fan disc! The original game was the only thing out when I was alive, but fan discs are usually the sequel to an otome's main story. It usually follows the later development of a romance end, but some developers have written new incidents that take place after the normal end. Oh, but I remember that they usually call it a sequel if they're writing a new story. Anyway, fan discs and sequels are only for popular games. I remember that Atsu in my past life once said no fan disc for this game, and she seemed pretty upset. Fortune Lover was a popular game and got great reviews. I'm not surprised it got a fan disc. So, does that mean it was announced and released after I died? No, that's impossible. It was nothing more than a very realistic dream, but a dream nonetheless, right? The villainous Katarina Clays would never be back for a fan disc. Ugh, but a guy named Silva who appeared in my dream is right here on the ship too. Here's the thing, like, theoretically, if you had a dream like this, you'd be like, okay, it's just me taking aspects of reality and putting it into a dream. But also, especially, I could see you being confused, though, if you smacked your head and were like, whoa, I remember my past life, and now I am in an Otome game. This is kind of fucked up. What? You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know. I've yet to remember my past lives, aside from trauma that I feel like I must have had because, like, it carried through. But you don't remember them, you know? If you had any. And, like, all of a sudden remembering and being like, this is like, pick any Otome game and, like, okay, this one. Hi, this is a perfect example, right? And you're like, well, shit, I played this game. Well, not all of it, but fuck. Crap. Okay, wait. Right? So then when you're having a dream of someone you knew in your past life playing a fan disc to the game that the world that you live in now, do you take it as I'm seeing what's really happening in that other world, or I'm just taking pieces of what's currently happening and shoving it into that to try to make it make sense? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, she's supposed to be seeing what's actually happening and, you know, having a dream about a fan disc that's actually there because she's living in the game. That opens up a whole can of worms and, like, what the fuck is actually happening here? You know what? I don't want to think about it. We're in the Matrix, but anyway. No, I'm overthinking. It's highly possible that I had that dream because my first encounter with the pirates was a shock. See, exactly what I was saying. But probably not what's happening. Wait a second. Didn't I see that face somewhere before I got on board? If I remember correctly, I was in the Academy's courtyard when I had a dream about being in Atsu's body, and... yeah, that's true. She saw it first, so... pirate attack and sink the boat, huh? Actually, I kind of want to see that happen. That's it. I remember seeing a rough sketch of him in the official visual fan book. Maybe they scrapped the idea when they were still working on the design. It wasn't even in color, but it definitely resembled Silva. But see, she could also be like, did I actually remember that from my past life? Like, maybe I actually saw the book and I'm just re-remembering. Because there's so much shit that you don't remember in your life. You know what I mean? That you have a dream and you're like, oh my god, I psychically predicted. It's like, no, it's just something you saw and then you know, it's kind of like deja vu. You know what I mean? You're like, whoa, I saw that before. Did I have a dream of it? Like, no, it's something I saw before and I'm just remembering now that it's very similar or something. You know what I mean? Anyway. And did Natsu say something at the time? Obviously, that's not what's going on in the game, but that's how it would be in reality, you know? At least that's what I heard, and after seeing it again, I'm seriously curious. Oh yeah, she did say something important at that time. I try to recall it, Katarina Clays! I kind of remember her tone, and considering the words I faintly heard, she said, he'll be in the fan disc. At least that's what I heard, but after reading it, I'm curious what'll happen. Oh yeah, she did say it. Atsu said that he'll be in the fan disc in that dream. This is more than just a coincidence. I've had this dream twice now. Wait, does that mean the events of the fan disc will take place on this ship? Sister, what happened? You were groaning. You're so pale. Are you all right? Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Probably, yeah. I keep telling myself that I'll be fine, that it's just a dream. But no matter how many times I try to convince myself, I fail. Wait, I need to think about this properly. I can't just ignore it and end up being doomed. Because you can't tell, like, so I had this dream that I was this person that I used to know in my past life, and she was playing an Otome game. And he's like, a what now? Playing a what? Doing a what? Yeah, on a computer, like on a Switch. You know, it's a handheld gaming system, computerized game. And he's like, what? A what? You would break their brain. It's like magic. Like, you know? How do you explain technology to people who, like, don't have it? It'd seriously be like if you, like, the time travel thing, like, you popped back into, like, the late 1800s or something, and you were like, look at my... How do you explain the internet or the cell phone to somebody? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you go... Like, you could go back to the time when telephones existed and kind of explain it. It's a phone that you keep in your pocket. Fuck, go back to the 70s and try to explain some phones. You're like, what do you mean it's not connected to the wall via a cord? Like, you know what I mean? What do you mean there's not a rotary dial? What do you mean you just push a button and it calls 911? You don't have to, like, 9, click, 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 click. Well, grandma's dead by the time you fucking got the 9 dialed. You know what I mean? I don't remember if push-button phones were around in the 70s. I don't know, I wasn't. I don't... All the memories of the 70s were from my last life, but don't remember that. You know what I mean? But, like... But you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at technology in your life and you're like, holy shit, this what? What? Pretty sure there's a lot of people around that are like, I remember my aunt or your grandma having a phone that had a cord stuck to the wall. And then there's, like, teenagers who were like, a what? To the what now? And you're like, yeah, well, because who has a home phone anymore? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, shit that was so normal is like, what? That's fucking weird. But, like, try to go pre-telephone age and try to explain that to somebody who doesn't know what you know what I mean? Go back into ye olde days before light bulbs and explain that shit. Yeah, we just flip a switch and there's electricity. Like, I don't know how to explain it to myself. I don't know. Shit just works, you know? I'm not an electrician. That's not my kind of engineering. So, anyway. So there'd be no way to explain. You'd be like, it's kind of like a magic box that you see pictures on and it tells a story, and you guys are all characters in that. I mean, you'd end up in a padded cell, but I crawl into bed to think, and I cover myself with my blanket. Wait, you said that you're fine. Are you going to sleep? Are you sure you aren't sick? I think I hear Keith say something, but I envelop myself with the blanket and begin a strategy meeting, as I haven't had one in a while. Oh, yes! Da-da-da-da! I love these. These are fun. Do we have to save here? Yes. Okay. Save before voting. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to save now before we get to that point because I don't know when it's going to be. How many saves do we have? Save file 1. I'm just going to save file 2. Okay, just 2 save files. So let me scroll back up. I just scroll fast so I don't see anything, but okay. I guess there's only 2 for everyone probably, but anyway. Now let us begin this strategy meeting. First, let's organize the information we have right now. In the fan disc, the story's catchphrase was, a pirate splits off their relationship. Thus, we can conclude that this is a story based on a romance end. The reality, however, is that Maria didn't end up with anybody, so we reached the friendship end. And then it's just a dream. We avoided all the doom flags, so we'll be fine. I disagree. We have all elements necessary for a scene from the fan disc. A ship, pirates, Maria, romanceable characters, Katarina. Does this mean that the fan disc is started? Give me a break. It's too sudden. Unlike last time, we have no idea what to do because we don't know the story. Well, what we do know is that pirates appear and Katarina tries to kidnap Maria again. Correct? How can you be so mean to Maria, Katarina? She's such a nice girl. It's more like whiny Katarina, the way I read her, but whatever. Since Katerina is once again being mean to Maria, there will definitely be a judgment event for Katerina by all the romanceable characters. Well, we're on great terms with Jordo and Keith right now, aren't we? I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm with Happy Katerina. It's always possible that a new character will appear out of nowhere and kill us. Also valid. Oh, now that you mention it, Otsu said that Silva the pirate might be the secret romanceable character from our dream. Atsu has played many Otome games, so we can definitely trust her. Silva's introduction used one full page in the magazine. How extravagant! Right? Supporting roles are usually only given half a page, and they sometimes don't even have sketches. There was a secret character in the original, so it's highly possible there is one in the fan disc, too. Rozzy? Then, will Katarina be thrown into the sea by the secret character in the fan disc? Oh no. Rozzy would never. Come on, we just avoided all the doom flags! Seriously, production staff, how much do you hate Katarina? Silence! It's important we think of a way to avoid the doom flags. What should we do in this situation? Protecting Maria is the best way. I agree. After all, if Katarina has a terrible attitude toward the protagonist, she'll be killed by the romanceable characters. But this story derives from the rejected doom end for Katarina. There's a possibility that the ship will sink regardless. Then we should prepare a pool floaty so we can survive the shipwreck. We'll definitely be fine if we do that. But if there isn't an island nearby, we'll be doomed. Then maybe we should sleep a lot and dream about the fan disc again. Well then. One vote to take a nap, one vote to search for an inflatable swim ring. I feel like the answer is obvious in this one. Yes, take a nap. I mean, take a nap doesn't seem like it'd be the right answer, but one vote to search for an inflatable swim ring. I think it was just one vote. There's like 5 of us in here and it's just one vote. Take a nap. We seem to have come to the conclusion that we should sleep a lot to try hard to have a dream of the fan disc to gather information. Yes! I love her little enclave that she has going. It's crazy. Now that I've decided what to do, I can't just stay here. After I finish my strategy meeting, I jump out of bed. Goodness, sister, you look energetic. Of course I am. I'm going to do my best as usual. First things first. Just as I'm about to implement my plan, the door suddenly slams open. Speak of the devil. Silva arrives holding a sick-looking man over his shoulder.
Hey, do me a favor and take care of this guy too.
All right. I'm dizzy. So many sick people. Did they all overeat? I'm sure you're the only one who overate. I think they're just exhausted from the pirate attack. All right. Duh. We're being watched by pirates, so of course they're tired and sick. Even I went pale when I found out about the doom flags. What's going to happen to us after this? He said we're their prizes, but considering my memories from my previous life, this fan disc is supposed to be about a hijacked ship. Do they want a ransom? Most of us are aristocrats. I guess they could get a huge sum of money. The kidnapping a prince is a serious matter for the whole kingdom. I don't think the pirates would ever be safe if they were seized. Then demanding ransom would be risky. Maybe they're going to sell us as slaves instead. I recall a manga I read in my previous life. In the manga? Okay. Pirates and bandits are usually connected to the black market. I get what they were saying. Not in that manga, but in manga in general. Okay, I get what they were saying there. Okay, so that wasn't a typo. That was just me not reading the full sentence. But because she said, I read one, and then she went on to say, in manga, like, generalizing. I thought she was talking about the specific one, and I was like, that's weird. Okay, I get it now. Slave trade is illegal in Sorcier, but I heard that it's still legal in some countries. would a romanceable character in an Otome game be involved in slave trade? Doubt it. Maybe he'll stop after he falls in love. Oh, maybe the pirates are actually chivalrous. That would make sense in an Otome game. Come to think of it, Sophia told me about that one passionate romance novel about the pirate who was only trying to save his family. Wasn't he a kind brother figure who took a bunch of orphans under his wing? Gosh, I really want to read that book soon. While I'm lost in thought, Silva looks directly at me.
Hey, you look kind of upset. Do you have another stomachache or what?
Look at how caring and sweet he is. How do you not love him? Like, how do you play this and be like, nah, I don't like the new... Like, I swear to God, I'm sorry. I know, like, Jordo, Keith, Nickel, and Alan are, like, the main from, like, the anime series and stuff like that, but how do you not love Silva and Razi? Like, they're kind of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. Like, out of the 4 original ones, Alan's got the personality that I like. He's just the quiet, aloof one in the background. Put glasses on him and it's perfect. But I like Keith too. You know? But like, Silva's just... Stop it. How are you not like... Like, how do you not... you not adore him? Perfect. I mean, he did kidnap us and he's a pirate, but he is really nice about it, so like, goddamn. I'm glad he's the last route, though, I'm not gonna lie. They usually, like, the last route is like the canon boyfriend one that, like, in a lot of games, and it's always like, well, it's not that it's a character that I dislike, but it's always one that's like, it's not one of my favorites usually, you know? So like, I like it. I'm glad, for once. Even though technically Jordo's like the canon boyfriend, so we did him first, so. Oh, upon closer look, he really is quite handsome. No wonder he's a romanceable character. And then she's just blushing and fawning, and he's like, what? A supporting character would never have such long eyelashes and shiny hair. Atsu must be right about him after all. As I'm admiring Silva, Keith yanks my arm and stands in front of me protectively. It's because you're like, fawning over him like we are. Long eyelashes and beautiful hair, and you're just like stroking him. And he's like, what the hell is happening? And don't you come any closer to her.
What? You jealous?
I just don't want a dangerous man like you to approach my sister. Oh. I want a dangerous man like this to approach your sister. Me being your sister.
Huh. You didn't answer my question, but I'll allow it.
I don't need any permission from you. How rare of him to say that. He's always so polite. He doesn't talk back. I've never seen him be so angry and defensive. First of all, why are you being so sensitive to your prize's expressions? It's not necessary. You can just leave that to your minions.
Yeah, you're right. I would have done that if I didn't have any interest in my prize.
Oh, he's being sassy. I will destroy you if you lay a single finger on her.
Okay, just chill out, man. You really do sound like him.
What is this? Where have I heard this kind of conversation before? Wait, I remember now. Sounds just like the quarrels between my 2 brothers in my previous life. In my previous life, I had 2 elder brothers. When they fought, they were merciless, just like this. My brothers would go easy on me, but in a fight between the 2 of them, they'd never hold back. He's always so kind and reasonable. I don't think he's ever been aggressive around me before. But it's funny, because, like, who does he sound like? Because, like, Silva's like, you really do sound like him. I'm like, who? But Keith's a man, too. It's important for a boy his age to have a big fight with another boy like this, isn't it? So clueless. Sister, why are you smiling? I don't know, I just like the bro fight. I just like you 2 fighting over me, it's adorable. Well, I just thought it's nice to see a fight between brothers. Huh? But Keith, you don't have to hold back, alright? You can fight with me, too. Sister, I have no idea why you came to that conclusion. A fight between brothers. What are you talking about?
So I'm his brother. And then that makes you my sister.
Oh, hey. Oh! Alright. Yeah, well, I have a thing for brothers, so you say that like it's going to be a turn-off.
Sister, huh? Well, I kind of like that. I'd probably never get bored with you as a sister.
Well, especially when we keep it in the family, you know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. Alabama.
No, that'll never happen. Sister, you really should be more careful around him. Do you even understand our situation?
Of course I understand. After all, I just had a whole strategy meeting in my brain to figure out how to avoid the doom flags. I've considered this situation carefully, and before I could finish, my stomach rumbled. My sister. Keith's look becomes distant.
Don't bite the headset.
Why in the world are you still here? A few minutes later, Keith and I are having breakfast with Silva for some reason. I love the fact that he just hangs around.
Do I need to explain? I simply want to share a nice meal with my precious brother and sister. Nothing more, nothing less.
He's just rolling with it. Just cut it out. I had no idea Keith could make such an expression. Usually he's so mature. He's never shown me this side of him. Am I a bad sister? I wonder if I could depend on anyone the way I want Keith to depend on me. Nickel's older than me, but he's the Prime Minister's son. Seriously, please leave. I know you're keeping an eye on us, but we can't even have our meal in peace. It's stressful.
Well, your sister seems to be enjoying it.
Sister. I snap back to reality. Keith looks at me. It's the same face he made when he watched me pick the fungi in our mansion's garden as children. What's the matter? Do you want more food? No, it's just that you look like you're having fun, and I was afraid you've forgotten that I almost died last night thanks to this pirate. Well, of course I remember, but, well, I guess, seeing you like this is quite rare, so... What? Barely complain about anything. Even when you quarrel with Prince Jordo, I think you're holding back a little bit. But right now with Silva, you're not holding back at all. I thought you two go well together. I go well together with this? Oh, humiliating. Keith suddenly looks ill. He leans over, covering his face. I start to panic. Keith, are you alright? Are you still sick? Yeah, sorry, sister. Can you just leave me alone for a moment? Oh no, he looks so sick. Although I'm still concerned about my depressed brother sitting next to me, I leave him alone and finally start to eat my breakfast. Are you okay? I'm fine. Alright, cool, breakfast. Today's breakfast is actually great. The salad's so nice and crunchy, and the soup has a rich taste. Honestly, it's just as good as the cuisine from the party. Perhaps even after the pirates took over, the same cooks are in charge of the food. I take a piece of bread and eat it. I'm simply astonished by how delicious it is. Soft, chewy texture. This is definitely freshly baked. It's so delicious I can't stop eating it. In an instant, 3 more pieces of bread disappear into my stomach. Oh, that was so good. I'd love to have more.
Want mine too.
I can have it? To my surprise, Silva puts his portion of bread on my plate. I take a bite. There were walnuts in this one. It's so good. This texture is irresistible.
You really eat a lot, huh? I want this too.
Yes, thank you. Salad, apples, ham, cheese. Silva puts more and more food on my plate. No wonder he's a romanceable character. He may be a pirate, but he's not purely evil. He's giving me food. He's gotta be aight. Baited by food again. Sister, be careful or you'll get fat. Memory scenario. You know, what I don't like is the insinuation that food's gonna make me fat. I mean, yeah, if I overeat, sure. But, like, you know what? I'm a growing girl. And you know what? That's rude insinuating that being fat is somehow less desirable, Keith. What the fuck? You know, there was a point in time where fat people were considered ooh, you can afford food. Awesome. I'm just saying. So, like, now that's not the case, but whatever. One day at the academy. Oh, help me, Keith. My sister came to me with teary eyes. I was confused at first, but took her to a bench in the courtyard to listen to her story. So, what happened, sister? I expected her to say something about an assignment or exam, but her response was far more shocking. I I ate too many snacks. Now none of my dresses fit me anymore. Keith, what should I do? Oh, now one of my dresses doesn't fit me anymore. What the? Why is she asking me to help with that? Get a corset. Though we're family, it was hard to believe she would talk openly about this with a man. I suppose that was just like her. I quickly looked around to see if anyone else was within hearing range, but seeing it safe, I sighed, suddenly depressed. I'm a man, too. However, it was only an initial shock at her indifference. I soon reasoned she'd likely tell anyone, regardless of gender. She trusts you. But also, yes, I would tell anyone. I guess I should be happy she came to me first, instead of someone like Prince Jordo or Lord Nickel. Anyway, I've been begging Maria to bake me some snacks after dinner because the meals are nowhere near enough, but I didn't expect to grow so big that one of my dresses stopped fitting. So she was begging Miss Campbell to bake her some treats. I'm just saying, Maria, don't be an enabler. And you were eating the snacks you bought in town at the dorm too, weren't you? Well, yes, but that couldn't be helped, could it? They were seasonal limited. Well, I personally think it could, but worse was that Prince Jordo always used desserts to bait her, so she ate with him too. In other words, Sister had 3 meals a day, and numerous snacks on top. Of course, there is nothing wrong with having snacks and your 3 meals, okay? Like, seriously, really depends. Like, if you're having 3 meals that are like over 1,000 calories each, and then you're having 1,000 calories for your snacks, then yeah, that's a problem. But like, so snacks and meals is okay. Jesus. There's some like serious like fat phobia going on in this, and also like women aren't allowed to eat. You should have dainty, like, oh my god, you ate a whole entire sandwich, you cow. What the fuck? What kind of weird eating disorder is this game trying to give everyone? Like, I have issues with this. I know it's just because, like, she stuffs herself to the point of, like, she's gonna vomit. And that's not healthy, so of course they've got to be like, oh, dear God, girl, don't overeat till you puke. Yeah, but, like, I just feel like they go a little overboard with it, you know what I mean? And, like, they're like, you're kind of encroaching on this could be problematic. I know it's supposed to be played for laughs, but, like... But, you know, I mean, we just have too much in our society of men telling women that they shouldn't eat certain things, or just people telling women they have to be, like, stick skinny and shit. And it's like, you know what? Let her be a little chunky, alright? She's fine. Although, I mean, in this case, she is like, my clothes don't fit. Maybe cut back on the snacks a little. Just saying. So, like, I can't really blame him in this scenario, but... What should I do, Keith? Vacation's drawing near, and Mother will be furious if she finds out. It's like everyone judging you. Like, if you want to get fat, get fat. Like, that's on you, man. That's your choice. Your body, your choice. True. If Mother learned that Sister outgrew a dress from snacking, there'd be an extraordinary lecture and manner lessons all vacation. In the worst case, Mother might even limit her snack money. Sister seemed well aware of her fate and clung to me, a face pale and eyes wet. Help me, Keith! Please! Well, for now, if you don't want Mother angry, the only thing is losing weight. I know, and I am on a diet. For some reason, it's not working. I swear I'm exercising more than usual. You can't add extra snacks on your plate, though, girl. You are? I was about to ask what kind of exercises Sister was doing when I noticed her pocket was suspiciously full. Wait a second. Yeah, I'm running to the cafeteria more to get more snacks. Or that, Sister. What's in your pocket? Oh, this? No. Literally me. She stuck her hand into the pocket and pulled out the contents. Of course. I knew it. Numerous treats. Candies, cookies, even a muffin. You know what? Listen, I just gotta give props to this girl for always having snacks in her pocket. Alright? And we're talking about food and I'm hungry right now. So this is not helping. I want candies, cookies, and a muffin. Watching her pull endless snacks from her pocket, I couldn't contain my sigh. This is a rare delicacy from Jordo, and this one was handmade by Maria. They taste even better after some hard work on the farm. Hold on, Sister. Do you really intend to lose weight? Of course you won't. weight won't change if you keep eating all these snacks. I'm sorry to say it, but I think you have to give them up. What? No way! Sister's face was pale, like she was facing the end of the world. But they're all that keeps me going after a hard day in the fields. It's your choice, sister. If you don't mind Mother scolding, I won't force you. Ugh. Sister became silent. It seemed she didn't want to make Mother angry. With a heavy look, she turned first to a pile of snacks on the bench, then to me. What should I do with them? They were gifts from everyone, so I can't just throw them away. They're too good for the bin. Fine then, I'll eat them. What? Sister looked like a ghost. I suppose she was planning to eat them after all. She was so forlorn it took all my might to resist indulging her. No, Keith, you must be strong. I was family. It was my duty to look after her. You really intend to lose weight, don't you? Of course I do. Then I'll take these snacks. Don't worry, I'll be sure not to let them go to waste. In the meantime, try not to get any more snacks from the others, okay? I'll inform them of the same. All right. So, from now until vacation, I'll be limited to the ones in my room, and... You have more in your room? I got them from a super limited confectioner I usually can't go to, and... Sister, let me confirm. You don't want to make Mother angry during vacation. You want to lose weight so you can fit into your dress, right? How many dresses do I have? Just don't bring that one on vacation. I asked with emphasis, and Sister groaned, but nodded in affirmation. It seemed she had made up her mind. You're right. I don't have time, so I'll give the snacks to you, Keith. Please enjoy them. Thank you, sister. I won't let your sacrifice be in vain. Thanks, Keith. I'll go get them now. Sister ran to the girls' dormitory and returned with a towering pile of treats held in both arms. This is completely beyond expectation, and no amount of exercise could match those snacks. That's a lie. It's a lot, probably. If you were eating all of that in one day, then sure, but why does she even have so many? In awe of her incredible appetite, I took a bite of a cookie. His sister's beloved cookies were delicious. I somewhat understood why she had such difficulty stopping, right? That's why you just don't keep them in the house. Thanks to Sister, I'm rather fond of sweets myself, but if I ended up eating them all, I think I'd wind up in the same situation as her. I suppose I should join her workouts, too. That way she'd lose weight before the vacation, and I wouldn't have to throw away those treats. Please, Keith, just one last one to send me off. No, sister. Sister reached out to the pile of snacks with a shaking hand. But I mercilessly took them in my arms and carried them to my room, out of Sister's grasp. He's like, fuck you, bitch, I'm keeping these snacks. These are mine. I'm baited by food again. Sister, be careful or you'll get fat. Oops! I freeze at Keith's rare, strict opinion. True, I can't farm here on the ship, and it's possible for me to not be able to wear my dresses because of the lack of exercise. I'm full for now, so I should stop eating here. Silva's ready to put more food on my plate, but I thank him and decide to finish my meal. Silva's like, damn it, I enjoy feeding you. Listen, if I was happy with none of my clothes fitting, just want a man like Silva who's just going to feed me and be like, no, just keep eating. I love watching you shovel pizza in your mouth like that, girl. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, no, I want to be able to wear my clothes and not feel like a lumpy potato in them, okay? Look, potatoes are great. I just don't want to be one. Maybe a little bit. I like a skinnier potato. A less lumpy potato. All right, we finished our meal, so please leave. He says it so coldly, it catches me off guard. He stands up from his seat, ready to leave. Silva grins, looking entertained.
You're still a kid after all.
Sorry. My volume just cranked itself and I can't turn it down because my mouse doesn't want to work right. Excuse me?
No offense, just curious why you're not trying to get information out of me. The pirate captain is literally standing right in front of you.
But you wouldn't answer my questions anyway, right?
Who knows? I might if I feel like it.
Oh, then can I ask you how our friends are doing? We got to see Sophia earlier, but how about the rest? From what Sophia told me, they're all doing fine, but I'm just genuinely curious. And depending on Maria's romantic situation, I might be doomed again. How's Maria doing? Is she in love with anyone? Do you sense anything? Are you feeling anything for her?
Don't worry about them. They're all safe. And they haven't rioted yet, so none of them are injured. Yet.
Huh? How about Maria?
Maria, oh, that girl. She's awfully worried about you, but other than that, she's fine.
How kind of Maria to be concerned about me, even in this situation. Maria really is such a kind friend. I'm relieved to hear she doesn't seem to be in a romantic relationship with any of the boys. I'm relieved to hear. Me too, because those are my boyfriends, and she's gonna back the fuck off. Silva doesn't seem to care about Maria at all. Does that mean no romantic events have happened yet? I shouldn't let my guard down. After all, I haven't played the fan disc, so I don't know when I'll be doomed. I kind of can't wait for this kind of perspective in Silva's route for her to be like, what? So you're not into Maria? Like, because she did it in Jordo's route, and it is just kind of funny. But she's going to be doing it in Silva's route, and he's going to be like, you know I'm interested in you, right? Like, it's going to be, but actually by that point, it's going to be very repetitive, because that's exactly how it's going to go in Keith's route, and Nickel, and everybody, except for Rozzy, probably. He might be the only one that we, don't, unless depends on how the game plays out in her dreams of Atsu. You know what I mean? Coming in! Oh, it's this guy. I hear the door open. When I look back, I see one of the pirates with a sick passenger slung over his shoulder. I know we could stop because we're a little over, but I said I was going to go a little long because we rambled for about 10 or 15 minutes, so. You're the doctor, right? Take care of this lady, too. Oh, I feel sick. All right. I see you feel nauseous. Yes, and I think I have a headache.
It's weird.
What is?
Nothing. I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah, he's like, it's weird that everybody keeps getting sick. Silva looks at the sick passenger with sharp eyes. He takes a sip of the herbal tea, then quickly recoils, making a face of pure disgust.
The heck is this? It's terrible.
Terrible? You mean the herbal tea?
Yeah, it leaves a weird taste on my tongue. And it has a sweet, floral smell.
That's what I loved about it. Ugh! What in the world is with this herbal tea? The taste is too peculiar. I cannot drink it. I'm sorry about that, but here, try this medicine instead. Oh, that bitter medicine. The noblewoman doesn't seem to struggle with the medicine at all. She drinks it instantly. She couldn't drink the herbal tea, but could easily take the medicine. To each their own, I suppose. I feel like that's a key to something, though. The fact that everyone's like, oh, God, this herbal tea tastes weird to them, but, like, to us, it's fine. But to us, the medicine was weird, but to them... And, like, wait, did it say Sorcier Noble? Or does it say... Yeah, it's a Sorcier Noblewoman. Huh. At first, I was wondering if she's from Quid, and then I was like, okay, maybe that's weird, but, like... But if he's supposedly, like, Silva's supposedly Quidian, and that lady, so it doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. So that's interesting, though. There's definitely something to do. Because I don't think they just point that out for no reason. There's something going on with that, so.
Huh. So it seems this herbal tea isn't for all Sorcier people.
You're right. The taste was new to me, too, so maybe it's made of an herb from Quid. Look over there. The doctor's growing them himself like that.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. He's so studious. No wonder he's the head of the medical office.
Silva continues to drink the herbal tea with a grimace on his face. Then he stands up and leaves the medical office along with the henchman who just came in. Phew. Finally. Keith sighs heavily. Keith, you didn't eat much earlier. Are you alright? Are you still sick? Oh, it's nothing like that. I was just worried. Oh, I don't blame you. We're both anxious about our friends. But you heard him. I'm sure they're safe and doing just fine. Actually, I'm more worried about you. Being gloomy, Keith lets out another deep sigh. I try to rub his back in order to comfort him, but he politely rejects it. Oh. All right, we didn't go too long, but that was now we're the others. So that was at least a night like finish up the scene in the infirmary. So, ooh, who's running? Oh, interesting. Anyway, we'll find out next time. So, I'll see you next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.